Global TV News Express, Tunji Disu appointed as new Inspector General of Police as Tinubu sacks Egbetokun. In business, presidency defends Tinubu amid legal divide over executive order. And on the foreign scene, 4 died as Iranian army helicopter crashes in central Ifan province. In sports, Nigerian Cricket Federation confirms date for the Women Invitational Tournament. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Now, a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has removed Kayode Egbetokun from his position as Inspector General of Police. Senior police officials and sources within the Police Service Commission confirmed the development today that Tinubu ordered Egbetokun's removal from office. He is to be succeeded by Tunji Disu, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigation Department Annex, Alagbon, Lagos. Another source alleged that the president asked him to step aside amid mounting controversies and health concerns. The National Assembly has postponed the resumption of plenary from today, Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, to Thursday, March 5th, 2026. Decision was convened in a statement issued by the clerk to the National Assembly, Kamoru Ogunlana. Ogunlana attributed the shift to the need for committees to conclude ongoing budget defense sessions. Niger State Governor Umaru Bago has expressed the determination of his administration to partner with development agencies to improve the living conditions of the people of the state. The governor announced this when he received the country director of the United Nations Development Programme and German government representatives on a courtesy visit. Sadia Yakubu has the details.
Governor Umar Bago appreciates the development partners for their sustained collaborations and support for the growth and development of Niger State. Bago particularly thanked the UNDP for including Niger State being a North Central state in the Northwest Prevention Facility project, saying it was strategic considering the fact that the state is also being confronted by activities of terrorists. The governor also stated that improving the lives and livelihoods of the victims of the nefarious activities of bandits and terrorism is important, and that the state government, in partnership with UNDP and the German government, is already building sustainable resettlement homes and intervening in other areas such as health, and his administration is open to more collaborations with the development partners in various areas.
It's holistic, and we really appreciate that, okay, we're coming into partnership to change this. When you talk about innovative space, we've already started in the United States. People need to, outside the classroom, people need to be able to showcase their skills. So there are people who are talented, they have other skills beyond just reading and writing. With these kind of facilities where they have access to internet, access to computers, access to...
The resident representative of UNDP in Nigeria, Elsie Atafwa, said the UNDP and the German government have been great partners to Niger State in providing humanitarian support. She said their visit is to discuss many areas of interventions to scale up the investment on ground, following the activities of bandits and terrorists in some parts of the state, and suggested other areas of collaboration to include energy, youth empowerment, trade, investment, financing, among others.
So we're also here to appreciate you for co-investing with us, and but we have been testing an idea around mini grids, and we have just installed a 75 megawatts in one of the local government areas. We are looking forward to you launching it, but it's a seed to say that it is possible.
The Commissioner for Budget and Planning, Mustafa Ndajuwo, highlighted how the present administration has been consistent in engaging development partners to improve the lives of the citizens. The project, funded by partners including UNDP, Germany and Norway, with counterpart contributions from the benefiting state government to address root causes of insecurity and climate vulnerabilities, promotes peace building, livelihood restoration and building community resilience. Sadia Yakubu, Global Television. Governor Umar Bago appreciates.
The Bayelsa State House of Assembly has confirmed the appointment of Pastor Peter Akwe as the state's new deputy governor. The Assembly confirmed Akwe's appointment during its plenary session. Akwe previously served as Chief of Staff to Governor Doye Diri before his nomination for the deputy governorship. Over now to African Democratic Congress ADC candidate in Abuja Municipal Area Council chairmanship election, Dr. Moses Paul has rejected the outcome of February 21st poll, alleging widespread irregularities and insisting that the declared results did not reflect the true will of the people. And the Labour Party also rejected the outcome of Saturday's Abuja Municipal Area Council chairmanship election, describing the process as a brazen assault on democracy. The Independent National Electoral Commission declared Christopher Mekalago as the All Progressive Congress as the elected chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council. The chairmanship candidate of the All Progressive Grand Alliance in the February 21st Abuja Municipal Area Council election, Eze Chukwu, says he will not challenge the victory of the All Progressive Congress. Chukwu stated this in a congratulatory message to the APC candidate Christopher Mekalago, who was declared winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission. He described the poll as peaceful and orderly, adding that the safety recorded during the campaign and on election day was a victory for democracy. Across Nigeria, young people are increasingly being drawn into election-related violence. Some are armed and even given drugs to intimidate voters. In this report, Kabir Hassan takes the conversation to the streets of Abuja to hear directly from youths about the dangers and who is responsible. The report.
As Nigeria's election draws near, a worrying trend is emerging across the country. Young people, often unemployed and vulnerable, are being recruited as political enforcers, some armed with drugs and dangerous weapons, while politicians benefit. This youth faces immense risks, and the nation's democracy is threatened. Today we explore why this is happening, who is responsible, and what can be done to protect Nigerian youths and safeguard the electoral process.
Many Nigerians in the nation's capital say poverty, unemployment, and weak law enforcement have made youths vulnerable to exploitation during political campaigns. Parents, political parties, and government authorities all share responsibility for addressing this challenge before election day.
This kind of attitude or character is a threat to democracy itself, and it may likely consume our democracy, unfortunately. Recruiting young people as a tout or to disrupt election during voting is unacceptable.
It's very unfortunate. Our youth nowadays, they become a politician tag, which is very, very unfair, because it will cause many effects to Nigerian society.
It's very, very dangerous.
Others blame a combination of parents, government, and societal pressure for the increasing involvement of youth in political clashes.
Unemployment that caused all this. If they are being employed, so there will not be poverty, at least they will have something doing reasonable. It will not allow them to be going for politicians to cause all these things that is happening in the country.
Of this government not to give the youth employment or to empower them or to create opportunity for them, they would rather use them for political purposes. And
is a parent not train their children.
However, parents and elders urge young people to resist being drawn into political violence and focus on building their futures.
Don't allow somebody there, his children are not there, he's using you. It shouldn't be like that.
To avoid, it's dangerous. It's dangerous to the youth. It's very, very dangerous.
Introduce technology into the system. There will be no need for any thuggery.
As Nigerians prepare for the election, the role of youth in political process remains a double-edged sword. While they are the backbone of the nation's future, their exploitation as political enforcers threatens both the safety and integrity of democracy. Many says the solution lies in youth empowerment, civic education, and strict enforcement of the law. The hope is that when election day comes, Nigerians will be celebrated as voters, not as an instrument used for violence. Kabir Hassan, reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you, Kabir, for that report. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mafwang has directed security agencies to intensify operations and apprehend those responsible for Sunday's deadly attack in Darowa Babuje, Birkin Ladi local government area, which claimed the lives of at least 10 innocent people. Now, the governor gave the directive in a statement signed by the Commissioner for Information, Joyce Arabnamp. The governor condemned the barbaric and senseless killing, describing them as a setback amid recent gains in peace through dialogue and community engagement. Overland, the Nigerian Army has begun a fresh round of pre-deployment training for troops, with authorities emphasizing discipline and operational readiness to tackle security challenges across the country. The exercise was inaugurated at the Katangura Military Cantonment. The training was declared open, and the commander of the Nigerian Army Training Center, who said the Batch 2 pre-deployment training will run for 4 weeks. Moving on to the federal government has withdrawn the forgery charge brought against a constitutional lawyer, Professor Mike Osehome. The charge was filed by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, following the judgment of a London court in respect of a property belonging to former Federal Capital Territory Minister, the late General Jeremiah Hussaini. The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation had last month taken over the case for effective prosecution. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NATCON, has directed state Muslim pilgrims' welfare boards to immediately refund intending pilgrims who could not be registered for the 2026 Hajj as Saudi Arabia's visa deadline approaches. Directive was issued during the strategic stakeholders meeting held at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, where NATCON reaffirms its commitment to transparency, professionalism, and strict regulatory oversight in the conduct of the 2026 pilgrimage. The meeting was attended by commissioners, board members, executive secretaries, and chairman of state pilgrims' welfare boards, members of the Forum of the State Executive Secretaries, the medical mission team, and management staff. In another development, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NATCOM, has reaffirmed its commitment to transparency, professionalism, and strict regulatory oversight as preparations intensifies for the 2026 Hajj exercise. This position was made during the strategic stakeholders meeting held at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. The new NATCON chairman, Ambassador Ismail Abba Yusuf, clarified that the reduction in Hajj quota for 2026 is a global development affecting multiple participating countries and not targeted at Nigeria. He attributed the adjustment to logistical capacity considerations and involving regulatory measures by Saudi authorities. The meeting brought together commissioners, board members, executive secretaries, and chairmen of state Muslim pilgrims' welfare boards, members of the Forum of State Executive Secretaries, the medical mission team, and management staff. National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, has called on members of the public to provide credible information regarding alleged incidents of child sexual abuse and misconduct in daycare centers across Nigeria. In a public notice issued via its official X handle, the agency said it was committed to thoroughly investigating concerns raised in recent public discussions and viral posts. NAPTIP urged anyone with factual information, evidence, or direct knowledge of the alleged incidents, including individuals personally affected, to contact the agency. You are watching the live broadcast of News Express. News Express continues after weather forecast plus business, foreign, and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Great to have you with us. Have you stepped outside early in the morning lately? If you have, you probably noticed the chill across the northern Nigeria, especially late at night and in the early hours. That cold feel isn't just your imagination, it's largely due to the Harmattan dust haze currently dominating the region. And here's something to think about. What happens when more dust move in? Well, the satellite imagery shows a fresh surge of dust heading into the country. And as we move into Tuesday, when this new dust combined with what's already in the atmosphere, we're expecting even thicker haze and further reduction in visibility. If you are in the northeast, including residents of Kano, Katsina, and Dutse, expect visibility to drop to 1,000 meters or even less. That means shorter sight distance on the roads and at airports. Other parts of the northwest, including the central cities, will experience moderate dust haze. Now, what about the southern cities? Expect hazy conditions with patches of cloud cover. There is also a slim chance of thunderstorms later in the day over parts of Ogun, Ondo, Lagos, Bayelsa, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Rivers State. So you may want to keep an umbrella nearby just in case. So if you're flying or operating flights in the northern region, be sure to consult the NIMET eFlight Folder portal for the latest updates. And if you're sensitive to dust, don't forget your nose masks before stepping out. I am Akami Samarda, and thank you for watching.
You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Express on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. In business now, the presidency has defended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's executive order, which halted revenue deductions by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and other agencies. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, stated that criticism of the directive by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria demonstrated a lack of understanding of the constitutional supremacy over ordinary legislation. He said the Petroleum Industry Act violates and is not superior to the Nigerian constitution. The federal government is deepening negotiations to secure $5.7 billion in strategic investments from China across critical sectors of the economy. In a statement issued in Abuja, the ministry revealed that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, received a high-level delegation from GCL Group in Abuja, led by Orji Uzo Kalu, as Nigeria moves to secure up to $5.7 billion in strategic investments across power, mining, and industrial manufacturing. According to the statement, the proposed funding is expected to cover energy generation, mineral development, and industrial production. On the foreign scene, a helicopter belonging to the Iranian Army's Air Force crashed into a fruit market in the central province of Ishar, killing 4 people. The Iranian news agency said the pilot, co-pilot, and 2 fruit vendors on the ground were killed, attributing the crash to a technical malfunction. Sanctions hit Iran has suffered several air disasters in recent years, with officials complaining of difficulties acquiring spare parts to keep its aging fleets in the air. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has warned that the country would be forced to strike back at United States interests in the Middle East in response to any renewed attack. He insisted that Iran has a right to continued uranium enrichment for civilian purposes. Uyi Agbomofwegbe has the rest of the story.
Speaking during an interview, the Prime Minister said there is now what he called a good chance that talks with the U.S. negotiators would head off renewed military strikes, stating that such a scenario presents Tehran no other option than to retaliate.
If they want to find a resolution for Iran's peaceful nuclear program, the only way is diplomacy. And we have proved this in the past, and I believe that still there is a good chance to have a diplomatic solution which is based on a win-win game, and a solution is at our reach. So there is no need for any military build-up, and military build-up cannot help it and cannot pressurize us.
Last year, in response to strikes by Washington on its nuclear facilities, Iran fired missiles at the U.S. airbase at Al Udeid in Qatar. After a recent round of talks in Geneva, Switzerland, Iran said it is preparing a draft proposal for an agreement which would be ready in a matter of days. Uyi Agbomofwegbe reporting for Global TV News.
Has warned that the rule of force is spreading as a powerful trample on international law and wield artificial intelligence and other technologies to attack human rights. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres tells the opening of the UN Human Rights Council's annual session in Geneva that the rule of law is being outmuscled by the rule of force. Zaral Nasser tells us more.
The UN Secretary General states that this assault is not coming from the shadows or by surprise. It is happening in plain sight and often led by those who hold the greatest power. Guterres also highlighted the blatant violations of human rights, human dignity, and international law in the occupied Palestinian territory.
Human rights are under a full-scale attack around the world. The rule of law is being outmuscled by the rule of force. And this assault is not coming from the shadows or by surprise. It is happening in plain sight and often led by those who hold the greatest power. Around the world, human rights are being pushed back deliberately, strategically, and sometimes proudly. Tomorrow, I should address the Security Council on the 4th anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, where more than 50,000 civilians have been killed. It is more than past time to end the bloodshed. I began this month speaking to the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People about blatant violations of human rights, human dignity and international law in the occupied Palestinian territory. The current trajectory is stark, clear and purposeful. The two-state solution is being stripped away in broad daylight. The international community cannot allow this to happen.
He charged that the trajectory in the conflict territories under Israeli occupation is stark, clear and purposeful as the two-state solution is being stripped away in broad daylight. Zahra Unasr reporting for Global TV.
In sports stories now, Nigerian Cricket Federation has confirmed the return of the Women's T201 Invitational Tournament, which will be held in Lagos from March 18th to 29th. Nigeria's female Yellow Greens will be joined by Ghana, Sierra Leone, Rwanda and South Africa on the 19 women's team at the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval. Ghana last featured in the tournament in 2023, while Rwanda and Sierra Leone returned for consecutive appearances. Still on sports news, Barcelona coach Hansi Flick has laid down a strict new rule to reinforce discipline within the squad, and it comes with a €40,000 warning. The German coach introduced a strict punctuality policy for match days, noting that any player who arrives late will be fined €40,000. The measure underlines Flick's uncompromising approach to professionalism and preparation. As Global TV News Express comes to an end, here is a recap of our top stories again. On Global TV News Express, we brought to you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has removed Kayode Egbetokun from his position as Inspector General of Police. In business, Presidency has defended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's executive order, which halted revenue deductions by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and other agencies. And on the foreign news, a helicopter belonging to the Iranian Army's Air Force crashed into a fruit market in the central province of Isfahan, killing 4 people. And finally, in sports, Nigerian Cricket Federation has confirmed the return of the women's T201 Invitational Tournament, which will be held in Lagos from March 18th to 29th. And that's it on News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @Global TV NG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good evening.